Hi ladies, it's Michela and I'm back to do a video as promised about dealing with stillbirth and getting through it. I lost my baby girl on Christmas Day of 2014. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to just give you a quick back brief of what happened, and then I'm going to let you know some things that have helped me, that have helped my husband, and some things that may help you if you're going through the same situation. Like I said, I found out on Christmas Day my daughter had passed away. That day I just didn't remember feeling her move, and I thought that maybe she was just tired because I was tired from doing all the Christmas shopping, getting Christmas dinner ready and everything. So that night we went to the labor and delivery, and that's when we found out that she was no longer here in the physical. That to me was one of the most hardest things I've ever had to deal with in my life. I have never experienced heartbreak so bad ever. And I can speak the same for my husband because it just tore us to pieces. That little girl was everything to us. And I just didn't understand, how could this have happened to me? I never thought it would happen to me. I didn't realize until after my daughter had passed away that so many women lose their babies. 1 in 4 women miscarry or have stillbirth. And that is alarming to me. I never knew those numbers were there until after I had lost my daughter. My daughter's name was Mia. Is named Mia because she's still very much alive in my heart. Her name is Mia, and she looked just like her daddy. And she had the most beautiful cherry lips. And, you know, we miss her so much. And, you know, I was angry. I was angry with God. I was angry with everyone except for my husband. Because we were the two, I felt like we were the two that were hurting the most. But I was very angry with God because I just didn't understand how could he have let this happen. And I didn't want to hear people telling me, you know, this is God's will. This is what he wants. She's in a better place, blah, 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 blah. To me, the best place for her to be was with her mommy and her daddy. That's how I was feeling at that time. Looking back on it now, I do know that God does all things well. And I don't know what God could have been sheltering me from or sparing me from in the future. You never know what could have happened in the future. So, you know, until I get my answers, which my pastor says, you know, God is patient. It's okay to ask him, but you got to sit back and wait for him to answer you. I mean, while I wait on my answers, I'll just praise God and thank him for having my baby in heaven with him, because I know that's where she is. But, you know, it's been a long 3.5, 4 months. And, you know, we've gotten to the point where we don't just break down and cry every day. But there's not a second of the day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my daughter. Sometimes I have to even look at her pictures at night to go to sleep. And, you know, if that's what I had to do to be able to be okay, then that's what I do. I sleep with her bear that the hospital gave her every night. You know, those things comfort me. So what I'm going to tell you is what to do, the things that you know that will be best for will be conducive to your healing. For example, for me, even though I was mad at him after a few days after I had to get, you know, because I was raised in church and I know better. And after I, you know, got over my anger with God, I had to sit back and realize what was going on. And to me, the things that helped me was to lean on his word. You know, I read some stories, one about Job and one about David. They lost their children, but God gave them back, and he gave them double for their trouble, as my family calls it. And I had to, I keep repeating those stories to myself in my head to get through it. And, you know, the peace that I have knowing where my daughter is a big, major thing of knowing that I can be okay. As long as my daughter is happy, there's no tears in heaven. So I know she's okay and she's happy. That's my goal in my life. For my children, I just want them to be happy. And if she's happy, I'm okay. I have to learn to accept. And that's another thing that I had to do to help me get, you know, through what's going on, is acceptance. I had to accept that this is what God's will is. I may not understand it. I may not like it, but I had to accept it. And I had to accept, you know, that she's not here in the physical, but she's always in my heart, and I will see her again. So the key of acceptance was another thing that helped me get through it. And talking to people, just talk to people, even if you don't know them. I had to reach out to people that I didn't know. One of the people being God's Miracle Received, Robin. I've reached out to her because I knew what she had gone through. And knowing that what she had gone through, I could just look at her videos and see the God in her, and see how strong she was, and see how he kept her, and see how he kept her peace, kept her at peace. And, you know, I just admire her. I don't even know her, really. I just admire her for her strength. And I looked up to her. I was in the midst of my tears, and I was like, if she can get through it, I know God will do it for me. So she gave me some key points, you know, to help me kind of cope with whatever was going on. And you will have days that are worse than others. Nobody can tell you any different. And, you know, we all grieve differently, but to get help and to talk to people is a good thing to do. I also have a couple of friends that when they found out that my baby had passed away, they came out and told me that they had stillbirths. And I never even knew this. And, you know, to see the strength in them is what also helps me, because God doesn't love me any less than he loves everyone else. So if he can bring everyone else out, he'll bring me out. You know, I just have to be determined not to let the enemy soak into my head. And, you know, watching some of your videos of, you know, dealing with adversity when it comes to being a parent or childbirth or whatever, it helped me. Another person that helped me, and I've never even spoken to her, but she helped me. And if she ever sees this video, I just want to say thank you. Our IVF journey, I think her name is LaQuisha. When I looked at her videos when she lost her girls, I could identify with her so much. Our stories were so similar. We both have little boys. We were both having girls. We both lost our child around the same time. I think she lost her baby less than a month. Her baby's less than a month, you know, after I lost my girl. And to know that I'm not alone gives me comfort. I don't feel like God singled me out to, you know, punish me or anything like that. It's just his will. And like I said, even though I don't understand it, he'll answer me one day. He'll answer me one day. So I just want to encourage any of you who are going through it to try one of those things. I don't, you know, whoever you pray to, read the word, accept what's going on. Eventually you have to try to accept what's going on, and then also try to talk to somebody that you know has gone through it, because these are some of the things that have really helped me. Not only have these women gone through IVF like I have, they've lost children like I have, and I know that I'm not alone. I just feel like I'm part of this special group that God has set aside of strong women that can go through this and can get through it and still be standing there surviving. So I just want to extend myself as people have extended their self to me. You know, the saying, if you ever want to talk or if you ever need me, I'm here. No, I mean it. I mean it. If you ever want to talk to me, if you ever need me, I'm here. I'm here for you. We can talk to each other, because I'm still going through it. Sometimes I still have to ask one of my girlfriends that I'm kind of getting close with that has gone through the same thing. I have to go to her sometimes, even though I'm doing much better than I was when it first happened. I still have to get help too. And it's okay. I'll probably have to get some kind of help, you know, for the rest of my life, because, you know, you never get over losing a child. You get through it. You never get over it. And your heart never stops missing that baby. And I don't care how many children you have after, you never stop loving them. And I vow that I will never stop loving my daughter. She's my first daughter. She's my baby girl. And you know, hubby and I are so proud of her. So I just wanted to give you all my experience and things that I'm using or things that I have used to help me get through it. And if you ever want to talk to me, I have a Keek. You could just comment below if you ever want to talk or message me, and I am willing to talk to you. I don't want you to ever feel like you're bothering me. If you ever need just to vent or to cry, somebody to cry with you, pray with you, I'm here. So that's going to be just about it for this video. I didn't want to drag it along. I didn't want to make it extremely, you know, sad, but, you know, I just wanted to extend myself and to let you guys know, give you all some tips that may be helpful to you. So I'll see you again in the next video, which will probably be in a couple of days, as I do have an appointment for a saline sonogram, a repeat saline sonogram, and I have a whole story for that. But I'll see you later on this week, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.